I'm just another Chris.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Yeah, I'm excited. I really wanted to do this stream today because, one, I kind of always wanted to do this. I thought it'd be kind of fun, but more importantly, I wanted to do this stream to test. So you guys are my guinea pigs a little bit. I'm getting ready to do my year end. I shouldn't say get ready because I still got like literally 30 days or so. But my year-end album build-out that I do every single year, where I take all of my favorite Polaroid photos, put them into one album. This will be year number 4 of the annual tradition. So I was getting all that set up, and to do that, I had to get a bunch of crazy stuff set up. So let me know if you run into any issues, such as like weird muted of the microphones or just something. Let me know in the chat if you see some weird stuff, because I want to get that stuff addressed and fixed right away. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I see you. What is going on? Chris, day 2 to you. Thank you. You know, that type of guy. That's me. I'm that type of guy. But yeah, so what I'm talking about is I finally got my overhead camera set up and all my pip windows, which, see, I'm not quite centered. I do have to fix that still. Don't have anybody here to sit here and get me in place. So that's why I wanted to test mostly. But in the doing so, I really wanted to, show some of my original Polaroid photos that when I first got started. And I mean Polaroid, not Instax, even though technically I started with Instax before I got into Polaroid. But I found this box right here going through some stuff, and they were like some of the first ones that I shot that I deemed the worst photos that I took because the first year I got into photography, that's when I started the album build out, and I took my best ones that I thought and put them in here. And we'll peep back in here as well. I thought it'd be kind of fun. And then just random photos I'll probably share with you along the way. But if you have any questions, this will also be like a fun little hangout Q&A as we kind of talk about the photos, how things can be improved, how I've improved, because there's a lot that I've learned, all that good stuff. So yes, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. It's a good day to you too. I knew what you meant. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in again. I want to show off some of these and also the lighting for the photos. That's what I wanted to make sure I got right. So let's switch over here. So this is this on the top. And as you see, I got some junk over here. This is why we test. You're the guinea pig. Someone sent this to me. I need to actually do a video showing this. I can't remember who sent it to me. I have this email. He's like, hey, I'm going to pop this over to your P.O. box. He made this for the SQ6. The Lomography Square Glass camera, to where it connects to it and you can put on like a better flash. It's pretty sweet, and I've never used it, and I need to, but it's sitting here to remind me I need to mess around with this, because in 2024 I'm actually going to be diving more into Instax. Mostly the content. Most of the content will be kind of focused around that. We're just literally just kind of talking about that. Lomo Instant Auto Glass. I've not actually used that camera, so I can't really give a opinion on it. I haven't used that one. It's on the list. I've been making a list of cameras, Instax cameras, that I'm going to be looking into and getting for next year. So right now, I would have to go with the Lomo Instant Square Glass, because that's the only one that I've used. Watching the Nun 2, and it's pretty bad. I didn't see Nun 1. Should probably see Nun 1. But, okay, cool. So yeah, see, I got some glares I gotta work out. Still got some glares. But yeah, this one, early days. This is actually of when I had my mini documentary at the movie theater. Look at that. You can kind of see my name. It's not a very good picture. Blurry shots. These are literally my very first shots. This was a picture of my favorite Chinese restaurant in town. It's really good. But yeah, like the early days. So a lot of people always say like, "Oh, Chris, you're like super good," and like, "Oh, thank you." But this is where I started. Well, I should push this button. See, I need to practice my headroom. I gotta fix that. But this is where it all began. You know, so a lot of times people compare themselves to stuff I've posted online. I'm like, "Oh man, I'm never gonna be that good." I'm like, Well, yeah, you just got to practice. You have to get over the idea of you're going to be spending a lot of money on film. Yeah, a lot of money was wasted in my early days of like going through some of these photos. Like that, look at that. You can't even see it, but it's One Eye Willie. I live near Astoria, about an hour and a half away ish, and that's where Goonies was filmed. I'm literally wearing a Goonies shirt right now. Look at that. What are the odds? But this was in one of the locations you can actually go to. It's the jail cell. It's actually a museum now, and they have some Goonies stuff set up in there. I took a shot, didn't know what I was doing, and it came out completely black. I use the Polaroid albums, but they break over time. But the best way, I don't know what that means. I can't see it. If you're using emojis, I can't see it, unfortunately. It was bad too. Oh, you're talking about the Nun 1. But the albums, I've been using them for years, and they're perfect. I mean, mine are still perfect, and this one's from 2020. So, approaching 4 years. Chris, what Polaroid camera should I buy for clear photos? Is the 600 good? Well, all of them will give you clear photos. It's just, you're going to have to go through stuff like this. Experiment. And try and fail. You can't be afraid to fail. Oh yeah, there's me. Look, I'm so cool. Look at him. Not so great. These were the very first Stranger Things films that I shot with this back in 2020. This one's actually good. I don't know. I mean, I kind of like this photo. I don't know why it's in the reject pile, but that one's okay. Nothing crazy, but you have to practice. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at that. That's awful. Before I knew you couldn't shoot through glass. If you guys hear something out there, I don't know what's happening, but outside my house, my neighbor must be doing some construction or something. Because, wait, are they trimming my tree? I don't know. I gotta figure out what's going on out there. So if you hear some noises, that's what's happening. I don't exactly know. But if you hear noises, I apologize. No, it will never go down in price, ever. Sorry, it's just the way it will only go up. Are you standing or sitting? Always wondered. Well, I'm gonna keep you. No, I'll tell you. I'm sitting. I am sitting. A lot of people think I stand. I used to have a standing set. Actually, this was my standing set because I used to film at this table at different angles. And there's another full set over here. I just don't have a camera over pointed that direction anymore. But this right here was my standing set, and you can kind of see up. Well, no, I hit it pretty good, but there's some holes in the wall over here where I had shelving and stuff for a raised set, but I decided just to sit. Because sometimes I'll do some like 2-hour live streams. Standing for 2 hours, it can get a little tiresome. Let's see what you got. The one thing I've always struggled is figuring out how to get my comments in a neat and orderly fashion so I can actually see them without it being in the freaking camera. I need them off here. I need a mount. I need an iPad desk table mount. I'm using an Instax Mini because of price. That's where you gotta start. That's where I started. My first camera was the Instax Mini 9. First video on instant photography actually was on that one back in 2018. Yeah, don't get the Polaroid Now Plus. The thing's awful. Overexposes your shots. It'll just waste a ton of money on film. It'll come out looking, I mean, kind of like, where's my button here? Kind of like this. Even though this is giant glare from a glass window, but they'll be super overexposed. Nothing flattering, just kind of terrible. Kind of like that. This would be a standard, like a best case scenario with the Now Plus in automatic mode. Now, if you go into the manual mode, it does a little bit better because you're using your own brain to set the shot. That's why. But yeah, stay away from the Now Plus. The One Step Plus, that's a good one. $50 and came with 4 shots. Nice. Did the photos work? I would assume they probably at least would have gotten something. I was going to get the Now Plus, but watched your review, so I'm not sure which one is a good for beginner. If you're just starting out, go get yourself an Instax mini camera. Any of them, they're fine. Go on Facebook Marketplace, pick them up for like $20, and yeah, great way to start. You'll find out if you like shooting instant photography, because it's a process. And that's what I'm kind of showing right now. Like these are the typical first timers when you go out there and shoot. Like that one's not terrible, but the sun was actually off to the side, so I got a little bit of a flare. It's undersaturated. It's just kind of a mediocre shot. There's no real blues in it. Like super just dark. Look at that. Like, I mean, that one's not horrible. That wasn't terrible. When I was traveling. But like, you know, look at these. These are just the originals. Oh yeah, the beard days. See, that one's fine. Just didn't make the cut for the album. Airports. Here's another shot of the movie theater. If you guys haven't seen my little mini doc, go check it out. It's on my channel. Just type in "Rise and Fall of the Collector" and you will find it. But yeah, look at that. It's just not great. The early days. That's why I want to show you these, because a lot of times you only see the good stuff, and everyone just assumes that I'm out there just taking the best photos ever. No, that's not the case. I shoot and get crappy photos all the time. You just don't see them. I see the SQ6 in the background. Great little camera. Maybe the best for... Yes, I would agree. It's fantastic. And I send people there first over lomography. Nothing against lomography. I just don't know people's skill level. And that one takes a little bit of practice to get down. The framing and different things. It's a little quirky. But once you've mastered shooting with the SQ6, I would send people there next, because you got some cool features and you can do some cool stuff. Good advice. I try my best. Look at that. Not so, just overexposed. That's not because of the camera. This is pre. I shot this with this camera. Actually. This guy right here. Just an SX70 camera. That's not converted either. That's just a regular one. Which one has the noisiest eject? I would say maybe an SX70. Potentially, just because most of them are like kind of worn out over the years. Then that's when I send people to dentists to go get them modified, converted, repaired, all that good stuff, just refurbed. But I would say probably an SX70 camera would be the most noisiest. But even then, it's not terrible. Or maybe a box camera like a Sun 660, maybe. I love SLRs, but I wish there was an SLR. Yeah, who doesn't want that? That'd be so cool. It ain't gonna happen. The days of having an SLR camera that's made by a larger organization that's not some type of modification, I think is over. Just because of the price point that they would have to put on it, and I don't think there's a big enough market to justify doing it. And definitely Fuji won't be doing it. They're focused more on the Instax mini stuff. That's like their bread and butter. We're lucky we have square and wide still, to be honest. Got any tips for taking pictures in the dark places such as bunkers or factories when urban exploring? Oh yeah, so it's gonna be tough because you're at the mercy of your flash, and you'll get the light fall off. You only get like, I don't know, maybe 10 feet on most of these cameras. You would have to use some type of off-camera flash or light source of some kind, and then just set it up in areas to where you can try and light the scene as much as you can. Then put the camera on a tripod. And depending on the camera, if you have a remote shutter button option of some kind, just let it go. Just let it fire, let it stay open as long as you can, or use your camera in bulb mode if it has that option. But yeah, when it comes to instant photography, your options are a little limited. Yes. I was talking. They asked for. I guess you did say instant camera. I just immediately, because we're talking about Polaroid, I was thinking Polaroid. Yes, that is the loudest camera I have ever used, and I don't like that camera at all. But that literally sounds like it's going to explode every single time you eject a freaking photo. But yeah, I mean, this one. Wait, what? This one's kind of good. I don't know why this one didn't make the. Ooh, see, I remember. I gotta get in a habit of where my buttons are. This is a shipwreck out near Astoria, actually. Fort Stevens is a shipwreck, but didn't make the cut. Man, the olden days, man. I haven't looked through this box since probably 2020. What else is in here? Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, this was probably taken. No, I don't know what happened there. I was like, wait, is this a one step or the Now Plus? Because this is really what you would get with a Now Plus. I must have been experimenting with something. But yeah, like that's prime example. This is probably one of the among the first shots I shot. Actually, now I think about it, because I didn't know about shooting near the sun. Literally, the sun is like right here. Like right off the side there, and it just completely destroyed the photo. You can only do so much. I wish they made a modern SX70 size in the shape of a folding Polaroid, but with flash. Yeah, it would be cool. Would be cool. I know I've talked about it before. I would like to see them utilize the Polaroid Go, in that fashion, some type of folding Go camera, not SLR, just because of the cost, like I said earlier, but making it to where it's full, to where it's kind of like a Model 3 SX70 camera, where it's, you know, just like it's like an off viewing finder type thing, and make it fold. That'd be so cool. Utilize that film stock. Oh, here's another terrible photo. I guess this is more turning into, hey, look at my old crappy photos. But I think this is very important to share, because y'all come from somewhere. Y'all learn different things at different skill levels. This one isn't that bad, actually. I kind of dig that now more than I did back then. But I just think it's important, especially go look back at your stuff, see where you came from. But I mean, some of these aren't that bad. Must have been testing a camera that had light leak issues. I'm trying to figure out what that is. Oh yeah, I've done very few or little landscape photography with instant photos, but this is one I took, and I'm like, ugh, shooting landscape with instant photos is tough, because the lighting source is just all over the place. And it doesn't really shine on instant photography very well. It can be done, but it's pretty difficult. Indeed they are. Those are crappy. Very crappy. Like, look at this. There we go. Oh, let me get this out of the way. But hey, you gotta learn. You can't be afraid to go out and try, and expect to fail. Like, look at that. Look how awful that one is. Oh man, I haven't looked at these in forever. There's only a couple more of these, and I'll dig through some other ones, some more like better ones. But look, so I went back and tried again on that bridge shot, and did better, but still I was not getting the results I wanted. But look at that. I don't know why I'd waste Stranger Things film on something so random. What was I doing? Like, I don't understand what I was thinking there. That one's not terrible. Oh, this is actually from the very, very first ever pack of film that I shot with Polaroid. It was with this camera here, the Stranger Things camera. Very first technically Polaroid camera I bought, and I shot this pack. It was of my friend's VW. Not great. If you look at the picture, you can see where the shadows are, and I was shooting the wrong direction. So that's key when you first get started, is knowing when and where and how to shoot this stuff, because it's not that simple right away. But oh, here, I don't know what happened here, but this is the Goonies house. Can't see it. I don't know what happened. Some weird artifact. Oh, here we go. Wasted Stranger Things shot. I was in my friend's basement, and he had an arcade set up. I think that's him, or is that me? It might be me. I don't know, but it got completely ruined. But here's one that's just fine. It's acceptable. It was an overcast day, so that's like literally the best scenario that you can get with an overcast day. But yeah, those are some of the very, very, very first like photos. I don't know why this is in there. That's actually kind of a cool one. I don't understand. I like that one. It's a little blurry, so maybe that's why I threw it back. But who cares? I actually kind of dig it. I should go through these and maybe get some of these like rescanned or at least like posted up online. But yeah, those are some of the original ones, and I wanted to share that, like I said, because yeah, no one ever sees like the bad shots. I still shoot like that sometimes. I've gotten so much better to where those types of issues that I had in there, like they're far and few between, but they do happen. But I don't share them. I don't show them. I only show the good stuff. And I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. Yeah, so that's all the options you have for higher end stuff is Instax backs. A lot of different people make them. I don't know any off the top of my head, but you just got to search around for that stuff. SQ40 or SQ6. SQ6, baby! The SQ6 is the only one of the square formats out there currently that you can, Fuji's made. No, it's not true. There's an SQ1? No. Which one's the digital one? Is that the 40? I get that one confused. There's a really old one, but there's two new ones. Yeah, new-ish ones. In the last 3 years, they've put out 2 cameras. There's one that literally just came out like maybe a month ago. But the SQ6 has options and features like flash control. You can set your focus distance, double exposure, self-timer, things like that. A tripod mount as well. The other ones don't. They stripped them out. So I go with SQ6. That's my verdict. No, I do not. I do not. I've never shared any of that ever. Of what happened. I don't even know people remember that. The Geeks Life days. But so I was well, I guess I do, because next week, or no, 2 weeks from now, I'll be going to lunch with Luria. But I left Livestream Pros earlier this year. So yeah, not really. I think a lot of these countries ones still have a really cool vibe, though. So yeah, exactly. And it's another point that I wanted to make, because there's been multiple photos I've been posting over the last year that I've dug out from the last couple of years that I had already deemed terrible. They're awful photos. And I went back and I'm like, these are actually like super cool. I don't know what I was thinking. And so like I even put some of them up on my fridge. I'm like, this one's awesome. Like, I don't have an example of it. Dang it, I do it, but I'm not gonna go get it. But there was this time, it was in 2020 actually. I took a picture of my friend. He was wearing a Michael Myers mask and he had a knife. I took the photo. Something happened. I was like too close or something, and the autofocus missed. And it was blurry. And so I took another one. And it was like crisp and sharp. I'm like, this is awesome. This is much better. But a year or so later, I went back and looked at it. I'm like, no, actually the sharp focus one is worse. And the other blurrier one looks 10 times better because it's kind of creepy. You can't see the eyes. It looks just so cool. And that's also why I like to go back and look at some of these old ones that I thought were crappy and deemed horrible, because you never know. Tastes, your eyes change, and you see things differently later on. But yeah, go back, look at your stuff. Have I ever had what? I don't think so. I don't think I've had those. Hello! Good to see you. I do love tacos, by the way. Tacos, top of the thing, top of my charts for foods. But right now, unfortunately, I am having to go on a diet. Not unfortunately, I kind of let myself go the last like 6 months. So I'm like, all right, I gotta lose some weight. I gotta get a little healthier. I'm using my Polaroid lab to print some photos with the new film but I'm having issues. Not sure if it's print or film. It's probably both. And it's probably the film more than likely, because Polaroid lately has been awful with their quality control stuff when it comes to their Film, I've been struggling with the film for the last few months. Partly why I've kind of made the decision of phasing out Polaroid going into 2024. At least not shooting as much. Switching over to Instax. But yeah, let me know what problems you are having. I'm headed to Disneyland in mid-January. What's your next trip? Oh, when my next trip? Hitting up Oga's for the first time and drink recommendations. So if you, I went to Disneyland twice this year and Disney World this year as well. I don't know. I don't have any trips coming up right now. I'm kind of grounded at the moment because I have not said this publicly. Have I? I don't know. I am having to sue somebody. A client has screwed over me really bad, really bad. And she did a charge back for my services after the job was complete. He said it was done in error. He didn't mean to, but it's been. Since it was that the job was in August, he did that in September, and I still don't have my money, so I'm having to do that. But the fallout from that has grounded me from traveling. It's grounded me on a lot of stuff. I've actually been selling some things. There's a few things up on my website right now. If you want to get some cameras, I did post some. I did sell my One Step 2, so whoever bought that, haven't had a chance to ship it yet. I think it was like only a day or two ago they bought it. So I gotta get that shipped. It was a brand new sealed one in the box. But yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with. So no traveling. Now, drink recommendations when you get there. Pro tip though, try to make a reservation to the cantina before you go. Otherwise, you'll have to either wait in line and hope you can get in. And that's not guaranteed because they go reservations first. Or if you don't get a reservation, you can go and then show up like I think 30 minutes before the park closes. Then they open the doors to everybody. Pro tip there for you. Now, once you're there and you're inside, get the what's it called? The fizzy tauntaun. Fizzy tauntaun. Get that. It's a great drink. It's actually an experience too, because it has these like foam bubbles on the top, and as you drink it, it like it kind of numbs your lips a little bit, and it like does these like spike. It's crazy. It's really good and a cool experience. So I recommend that. I've used the summer edition film. I don't have it near me, but I was like looking for my 2023 box of photos I could show you. But no, I don't. I've used it. It's decent. I kind of like it. I can eat lettuce tacos. I can. What do you think is the best Polaroid flash? Mint, the Mint Flash Bar 2. But honestly, it's like the only one I really used. And there's a lot of vintage ones you can get, but a lot of them like might not work just because how old they are. So there's that. Yo, what's going on, Jack? How you doing? Doing all right. Hanging in there. I have a reservation. How long can you stay before they kick you out? I believe it depends. I think. Let's see. I think they told me one time, because I've been there a couple times. One time they said you got 30 minutes. Another time they said 45 minutes. But then I think I've only been twice. So I'd say around a half hour, 45 minutes. Yeah. But you'll be paying up for drinks, so you don't really want to spend too long in there anyway, because each drink is about 19 bucks, I think, 18 bucks. There's that. Also, the Polaroid I-Type Film Edition is supposed to be different color borders, but all I'm getting are blue. Well, that's weird. Again, going back to Polaroid's lovely QC. Gotta love them. Order the golden I-Type film today. I hope to shoot some nice Christmas photos. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a great pairing. I have some gold in the fridge I need to shoot as well. Maybe I will bust it out for Christmas time. I think that will be a cool pairing. All right, now on the 2020 train, let's. I'm going to show you my binder from 2020. Just a quick flip through. These are like the ones that I deemed the best, or my favorite ones. I really need to clean up this junk over here. Didn't even think about that. But man, and we got some glare. See, this is why I wanted to test today and look through an album, because I can work out these kinks for later. watching boxing. Is it gonna send? What's going on? There it goes. From Ireland. Nice. Never been to Ireland. Let's see, is this too close? It's kind of too close. But it's also kind of too far at the same time. I'll do this. You don't need to see my face. Kind of glared. Dang it, I will have to work on that. But good to know. But yeah, so these are some of the ones that I deemed cool or I liked. Like this one, oh, that's kind of fun. Dang it, that's really blurry. Let me, not blurry, it's really glary. Oh, there we go. I'll point it down. This was from the very first pack ever shot. Like I was at my friend's house. We were filming a project, and I took some photos around his little collector's room. I went to New York that year, I should say. Brooklyn Bridge. Shot this with an SX70, and it was actually an SX70 film too. That's funny. I snuck in a Polaroid lab photo. It's a 360 photo that I did. That's kind of fun. So yeah, I got some random errors. This is from I didn't know what I was doing, and I put a ND filter over a pack of film from SX70. I didn't do it right, and it kept ejecting the freaking ND filter, but it caused this weird issue, and I kind of dug it. But yeah, man, I haven't looked in here in a while. Oh yeah, this was fun. I took it upside down and actually got it upside down frame. That was caught on video too. Part of my 1 Step 2 review. Yeah. Oh, this is where I got my SLR 680. This photography studio was closing, and I got it for $20. Yeah. There we go. This is the person that is. This is actually a Polaroid lab photo too. I think that's the only two in here. But this was before I was shooting instant photography, and I used this photo for my documentary. The documentary is on this guy, which his name is Jose. Tragic End. If you want to check it out again, search up. Oh, here we go. There's a whole full page dedicated to it. The Rise and Fall of a Collector. That was my documentary that I released that year. It's a short documentary. It's like 42 minutes, I think, to be exact. And if you guys might recognize this, it is the actual photo that I used for my Make Some Art logo. Look at that. It's from this Polaroid. That's actually right next to the movie theater. Right there. It's actually on the corner. You can't see it, but it's like off to the side in the corner. A little statue. So, oh, here we go. This is the photo that I was just talking about earlier that I retook. This is the second shot. It's in focus. And you can see his eye. I don't know. It's fine. But if you saw the other one, the one I deemed horrible and it went into the reject box, it's 10 times better. You can't see his eye. It's all blacked out from the flash, and it's just slightly blurry. It's super cool. That's my friend Jordan, actually, that's wearing the mask. And here's a behind-the-scenes shot of I was filming the 1 Step 2 review video in my friend's basement. It's pretty sweet. This is when Phil, back in the Phil days, he got braces. And we were doing a 12-hour live stream that happened here on this channel to raise funds for a project we were working on that ended up not happening, unfortunately. Oh, here's that museum I was telling you about in Astoria. That's that museum. Filming location of Goonies. Oh, there, I did take another Goonies house pic. Still, it's overexposed. Not sure why. But, yeah, here's the school from a Kindergarten Cop. It was also filmed up there. And there was a movie poster near it, so I took a picture of that. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I gotta fix the glare. Again, this is why I wanted to test today. Work out the kinks now instead of during the final, you know. So bear with me. But yeah, these are pretty cool. These were my favorite ones. That was a super cool one I took. I like that one a lot. And then here's Paco. He's my dog. One of my dogs. I have two. Paco the Taco. My old high school. Look at that. I don't know why I went back there. Oh yeah, I was driving by it and I had my camera, so I parked my car where my parking spot was in high school. We had assigned parking spots. And I went there. And this is my old video productions class. That door right there. And that, well, it's connected to an art class too, like a pottery class. But this is the video production room. I thought it was kind of fun. But, yeah, just some random ones. Nothing noteworthy there. Dog photos. Oh, here's a better shot of that van from the first pack of Polaroid photos I ever shot. Pretty sweet. Any noteworthy in here? Noteworthy. Some random ones. This one's kind of cool. It's Mount Hood from a view from my plane. I was flying home from somewhere. And here's another aerial shot from my window. Shot with SX70s. Let's see. Any other cool ones? Oh, there's Luria. Someone was asking about Geeks Live. And I didn't know that the One Set Plus saved the settings when you turned off your phone from connected to the app. The One Set Plus will remember if the Bluetooth is still on. It will save the settings. So it came out super dark, and I was trying to figure out what the heck happened. And that's why. Actually, you know what? I forgot about this. This is the first photo I ever took with an SX70 of Callie worked at Livestream Pros with. And let's see, anything else? Anything else? A little Christmassy. Christmas page. Yeah. this film was from like 15 years old or something like that. But yeah, that's the 2020. Those are the ones I deemed that were the best ones I took that year. There's some pretty good ones in there. Now, there was, I think, a couple more that are on my fridge that didn't make it in here. This year's is going to be interesting when I build out mine, because this year I started actually like displaying a lot of my photos and not putting them in albums. So I've got some framed, some hanging up on the fridge, some literally hanging up on the walls and stuff. So this year's is going to be interesting. It's not going to be like a full representation of the best photos I took that year. But yeah, I still have I think like 3 or 4 more boxes of that stuff, and potentially, if you're looking for it, I believe Knobtop still has some that he was actually trying to sell. So reach out to him on Instagram, maybe ask him if you're after it. You might be able to get some. Yeah, that will hit you up for sure. If I ever come out that way, I'll be posting. I might be, so I guess the next trip that I could potentially be going on isn't until October. And that will be to Japan if I can make it work. It'd be with a couple of friends, Caleb and Alex, actually. I still have 2 packs in the fridge, but wish they still made them. Oh, you're talking about the Mandalorian? Yeah. Favorite Polaroid frame excluding Stranger Things. Favorite one. I kind of dig the they don't make it anymore. It was a one and done. I don't know what it was called. Oh, it was Color Wave? No, Summertime Wave. I just did a video on it earlier this year. I only had 1 pack. I bought it on a whim. It was on clearance on Amazon a couple years ago, and I just forgot about it. It sat in my fridge. I took it to California and shot it, and they came out beautiful, man. And the frames were super cool. What the freak were those called? It was like maybe just called Color Wave, like a summertime Color Wave. I don't know what those called, but I would say that's probably one of my favorite ones outside of that. Yeah, if you look up my video of shooting Polaroids on the street of LA, I think that was the title of the video. It's that film. I really like that stuff. Polaroid does need more collabs. They need to do another collab with Stranger Things. Please. There are some bangers in there. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. That was the first year. Hello, Sarah. How's it going? I mean, I guess so what I've also started to do this year, speaking of Stranger Things, I got a special album. It's not organized, but I started putting in all of my Stranger Things like shots like in one album. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I could literally just show you. I have the technology, sort of. It's a little glary. But yeah, just started taking, man, the freaking glare. I will be fixing that tonight, potentially. Is that too close up? Let me go to, there we go, that's a little better. But yeah, just shots, random Stranger Things photos from over the years. But the thing is, like, some of them won't make it in here because I actually framed them up. Some of them, or they're on display in my Stranger Things, like Stranger Things case a little bit. This one was actually taken by Noptop, and believe it or not, I'm only like, I don't like 6 inches to a foot away from him. He was using a ridiculously wide angle lens. It's so cool, and I want it. It's so awesome. I think he was actually not even shooting this on an SX70. He was shooting this on a button, I think it's called. I think it was a button. Come on. Where's my... Speaking of button, there it is. But, yeah, so these are just some of the Stranger Things ones I'll be randomly filling. I don't know if I'll include it in the video this year, but we'll see. We shall see. I love the Ice Cream Edition film. Ice Cream Edition. I don't think I even know what that was. I think I missed out on that. I think I missed out on that one. That was that one. Let's take a peek at 2021. Might as well. Just a quick peek, a quick flip through. Because I haven't looked at some of these in a long time. I don't even remember. Outside of Discord, where else do you socialize, chat? Instagram. That's where I do most of my communicating and posting of like updates of stuff, things that I'm doing, like traveling or meetups, things like that. I'll post on stories or reels over there. But then in Discord for sure. So those are the two. I don't do Facebook anymore. I haven't done Facebook in years. I used to do it all the time for my other business back in the day when I had my retail shop. Facebook was where it was at. But yeah, I kind of gave up on that. Ooh, 2021. This is when I started filming that other project with these guys, but it never ended up happening. Well, it happened, but it fell through. But here's our little portraits that we took from our Airbnb. Some of these. It was our 95th birthday because we found out our birthdays were like within a couple of weeks of each other when we were traveling, and so we celebrated our 95th collective birthday. But the color frame is also another one I really like. I think they're underrated, and just look at how vivid that is. That's not SX70 film. That's 600 film. So people saying that you can't get super saturated pictures with 600 film, you're lying, because there's proof. Look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. This is somebody I interviewed for that project that got buried, but she's actually holding a Hasselblad camera. Her and her husband own a custom motorcycle company called Boxer Metal. They're super cool. Anybody know what that is? Anybody? Anybody know? Y'all should know. There we go. Look at that. Anybody? I'll give you a second to ponder it while I move on. Michael Myers' house. It's actually was physically moved to this location and is now like a dentist, I think. So yeah, probably my favorite photo I shot that year. It's just super cool. All these came out pretty damn good, but that one by far is probably my favorite photo I took that year. But yeah, there's Callie and Luria. Some people were talking about. I went to Blockbuster that year. It's only it's like 3 hours away. My sister, my brother. My brother thinks he's too cool to be in pictures. Stormtrooper selfie. Am I right? Oh, this is the year I shaved my beard. So there I am. I shaved it. Look at that. Yeah, some duochrome. My April Fool's joke that everyone freaking hates, and I love that thing. Have you guys seen it? Oh, and by the way, back here, if anyone hasn't said it yet, that is Corridor Digital's studio office. But if you guys haven't seen this video of the April Fool's one, I'm sure you've seen it. It made the rounds. It went viral in our community, which our community isn't that big. So anything more than like 5,000 or 10,000 views is like, hey, that's kind of viral in our community. But it kind of went quite, yeah, anyway. The Nun is getting scary now. Well, Better hide under the bed or something. All those borders look so cool. Makes me kind of sad I didn't join into instant photography sooner. Which ones? Which frames? Which ones? Let me know. Do you keep all your film in the fridge? I do. Instax, not so much. I mean, I have some in there, but you don't really need to put it in the fridge. If I don't plan on shooting it right away, it just goes in the fridge. It keeps it fresher for longer. But even good Polaroid film will go have issues. This is the year Dave and I, Top, we got to actually hang out in person for the first time. I flew out there, and we filmed a bunch of cool stuff. I tested the Now Plus. Dave and I did. And these are some of those shots. Some of the better shots that I took with it. Not all of them, but these two for sure. And that one. This is S670. Here we go. Look at that. Got a couple Pokemans. Got my Charizard card. Yeah, traveling. I took 2 photos of my car parked there apparently. I went back. I don't know why. This one came out super good. The frame just matched the tones of the picture. Oh, I loved it. Look at that. Oh, I think that came out so good. Just the matching of the tone. This is in Portland. I was waiting for my flight. I was heading down to California. Yeah. Couple shots. Oh, this is also the year Caleb and Alex and I met up and became friends. Super cool people. You all know them. They're the ones I was just talking about potentially going to Japan with later this year. Power Glove. Ironically enough, these 2 photos are actually different Power Gloves. This is their Power Glove. And we shot here in Vancouver, Washington. I'm not in Canada. And this one was shot at Dave Top's secret bunker under Mall of America. And that's his Power Glove. This is a cool wide fisheye lens I did with them. I like how that one came out. Probably the last time I rode my one wheel was that year. I have not touched it in a long time. I probably should just sell it. Oh yeah, I was Burt Macklin for Halloween that year. That's my nephew, by the way. I think that was my birthday. He came over to give me a birthday present. I took his photo. Yeah, just some random stuff. This is this has some meaning. This is our childhood basketball hoop that's been hanging up on our pole in our driveway for since I was a little kid, and it fell down one day and now it's gone, so I took a picture of it. Yeah, these ones are cool. This is just the animal page, just the dogs in my life. The dogs that were in my life. And a cat. She passed away last year, actually, in December. It was a sad day. And he unfortunately passed away earlier this year. This is Sammy. This is my parents' dog. He passed away. He had some health problems. It was super sad. And this is my dog. Both of these are my dogs. He's an old guy. He's 12. It's any day now, unfortunately. He has some handicaps, but this is Paco. That's my other boy. But yeah, these are cool. See, just a trash can dumpster I took a picture of. There we go. Look at that. These are pretty cool ones. Oh, and this is me holding Alex's Walkman from Guardians of the Galaxy. I got one this year. I found one finally. The Firebird Project, yes, aka Project Blackbird. I released I released a new YouTube channel on me restoring this car. It was originally my grandfather's, and he bought it brand new, so I'm the second owner. But I've had it for like 10 years, longer. Wow, I've had that car a long time. I got it when I was 19 when he passed away, but the last couple of years I've been restoring it. Some random shots. Random shots. Yeah, just nothing too crazy. There's me, there's my mama, my nephew, my dog, and there it is, last page. Look at that. That's a little taste of what I do. I like to take pictures of people and moments a lot. And of course the occasional neon sign. Classic one. Got him. So many people. Oh my gosh. Majority of people, like, they like love it, but they're like, or excuse me, they hate it, but they love that because I got them. Like, oh god, you got me. Gosh dang it. It worked way better than I thought it was going to work. I had this idea of doing that live. I was going to do a live stream showing it, because then people would be like, wait a minute, how did he do this? It's live. And I had a method for it. And technically, I did do that live. There's no cuts. There's no hidden cuts in there. Except for the very, very end when you watched it get developed. That's the only, when I put it there, that's technically a different photo from a different shot. And I did a time lapse of it to speed it up to develop faster so you can see the joke. But all of it up to that point was legitimately done with no cuts. Got him. Stranger Things Star Wars and the ones with computer font numbers on them look cool. Computer fonts. Are you talking about Instax? Because Instax has like a film one. Like a film, what do you call it? Like the counters and stuff on it. Is that the one you're referencing? Don't know how to describe the last one. Okay. Those look good. Well, thank you. Yeah. Doggies. The animals in my life. I really want to get the Bluetooth mod by Dennis and get your 10%. You gotta hurry. It's literally coming up. But I have a couple apprehensions. Well, list them. Tell me what's holding you back. Because you want to get that 10%. That, I believe it's December 7th is the cutoff for that deal. No, I have not met Ben. We used to talk in 2020. I think it was the last time we really had any chats. But no, I haven't met him. I tried to meet up with him when I was out in New York / New Jersey. I was out there like 5 times, maybe 6 times, in a span of like 3 months. I was doing a job that was like a job from hell. Oh my gosh. I was building a production studio for a company, Century 21, actually, the home realty company or whatever. But anyway, so every time I was out there, I'd reach out to him to see if he'd want to hang out, but he was busy every single time. The best part of the movie, The Nun, is the end. Because it ended? I'll give you 1.5 tomatoes. Okay. Well, thanks for your report of The Nun. Don't go see it, apparently. Or don't see it. But going back to the comment from Sean about your apparatus. Oh, perfect. What is the feel like compared to the vanilla experience? You said there's a delay. Oh, so yes, good point. And I haven't done the video. I was waiting to get this dongle for it that Dennis finally got. He's got it's being sent to me right now. Should be here hopefully probably next week, early next week. Once I got that, I was gonna do an update video. The feel of it, I know what's happening after shooting it with it more, because I'm looking at it. That's why I'm looking off the side. When I pull the trigger, it feels like the shutter is staying open longer, and it just feels like, oh man, I'm gonna I shouldn't be hand holding this, and it's going to be overexposed. But it never once has it happened to where the shot's overexposed. I think what's happening is when you're shooting with a regular SX70, you take the picture, the shutter opens, and like the shutter and the mirror are kind of in sync with each other. So it happens all really fast. This one, I think the mirror comes up, shutter opens and then closes, and then the mirror comes down late. That's what I think is happening. So it just feels different, but it works perfectly. Haven't had any problems. The only problem that I will say right now, it's not a problem necessarily that you'll probably need to experience, but if you like displaying your cameras open, you can't do that with that mod if you have a pack of film in here. I did that for a video where I had the camera up on display like this and forgot about it until the next day. The battery went dead because the Bluetooth is on the whole time. That's the only issue. So, and it wasn't even the next day. I think it was like 2 days later. But somewhere within those 2 days, it went dead. I don't know the exact length. And that is one of the questions I did ask Dennis when he did do the mod, was how long does the battery last with that pack? And he hadn't done a full test of it, so that's where I will have to come in and figure out how long it'll go out. So I might just leave it on with an empty pack in there and just put a camera on it, I guess. And then this, because you can actually see inside. You probably won't be able to. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, there we go. Hang on. There we go. You can see the light. There's a blue light inside the camera right there. There's a blue light. So I might have a camera just being pointed at it and then just time lapse it and then see how long it will go dead, or when it will go dead for how long it stays open. But that's the only thing about it. And then also the one issue that I did have, as well as I had it on open, setting up my shot, trying to do my selfie. When it's just me, I have to bring in Astro. He's over there. And he's my stand-in. And so I have to use him as a stand-in, get everything set up. It takes a few minutes to set that up. And with the app and the camera, I think they disconnect after a few minutes, and you have to reconnect it, which means you just have to close the camera and then open it up again. I ran into that where I was using the timer, it'd count down, and then nothing would happen. So there's that. And then also the range of the phone. It's not very far. I think it's only like 10 feet maybe. So that there's that too. But with the dongle that's coming with it, it kind of eliminates a lot of that issue, because you just put it on there and then you set it all up on the physical camera. Oh, I can't decide on the skin. Where do you get the holographic one? So, I didn't know this. This one was kind of a special deal for me. I got this, fell in love with it, because look at that. Look how amazing that is. So this is from Polaroid. They made this. Apparently they don't make it anymore. It was extraordinarily difficult to make. They had a holographic one that I saw and I wanted. I contacted them and said, we don't have it. And they said, let me see what else we got. Well, they whipped this up, showed it to me. I'm like, this is so cool. I love it. Got it. And I'm like, can I buy more of these? I just want to have a couple extras because I know I'm going to want to replace this eventually when this wears off with another one, or put it on another camera or something. They said they're not making it anymore. This is the only one. I have potentially the only one that they are making and have. But Polaroid, they do have quite the variety of selections that you can choose from. So get a hold of them. I believe they have a discount as well. It might have expired. I think theirs was for 2 months. They had I think a 10% off or 15% off discount. Go to the video where I talk about this. And in the description, it will show you the code and the expiration. Speaking of horror films, have you seen Polaroid? No, I keep meaning to. I see it pop up from time to time. I'm like, I need to watch that, and I never end up getting around to it. Also, how do you get the app? Is it user friendly? Yeah, the app's stupidly user friendly. You don't even have to connect to it. I could show you, but I'll wait to do that. But you just open the app, and then you open the Polaroid, and it's already connected. It automatically connects. Or actually, when you open the app, it'll show you the camera, and then you just tap it, and then you're connected. And then it opens the app itself, kind of. And so, yeah, it's great. It's super simple. It's not fancy or anything. It just works. I'm not a fan of the bright blue light. For purposes of swapping out film in a dark bag, I wonder if Dennis can disable the light. I don't think that would matter. It's not bright. I really don't think that'll be an issue, period. Because it's on the top, so when you pull it out, the film pack is still blocked from the light, and it's inside. It's so small. I don't think it's going to be a problem. And also, why don't you just, I don't know, buy another SX70 camera, have it done to it, and that way you have two. You have one that's legit. Like this one. This one's unaltered. This is a regular SX70 camera, and then I got this one. I mean, I know some people might not have the budget to do that, but if you hunt around, you can find these for $100, less than that sometimes. I know people are still finding them for like $30-$40 from time to time. The Mara sisters in the movie. Didn't know this was turning into a horror movie review, but hey, thanks for the updates. I love the atomic purple sonar. Right? It's so great. I love that thing. It came out so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I wish Instax would have collabs like Polaroid and Mandalorian. In 2016, they came out with Star Wars Instax mini film. They did, but yeah, they don't. They rarely do. There is some Mickey and Friends you can find, but and then I think there's some Toy Story. They did some Marvel as well, but yeah, they're kind of limited. Let's see. I mean, heck. It's right here. I might as well. I have the last year's. We went through 2020 through 2021. I might as well quick flip last year's. There we go. This was probably my favorite photo I took last year, and it just so happened to be, I shot it. Where is it? Come here, close up. I shot it like in January. It was like the first photo I shot of the year. I don't know. It came out just super good. Shout out to you, Sweet Lou. And I hit 6K in March of 2022. Man, we're almost at 20. Sadly, I will not be hitting my goal this year of 20,000. I'm going to be so close, as you can see back there. It's so close, but I'm not going to make it. According to my calculations in my YouTube Studio app, I'm going to be like probably only 500 short, maybe 600 subscribers short of my 20,000 mark. I won't hit it until January. Each year I was trying to like double my subscribers, and so in 2021 I hit 3,000, and then I think 2021 I set the goal to hit 3,000, and I did. And then 2022 my goal was 6,000, and I did. And then it was, no, I lie. I'm trying to remember. I lie. It was 3,000 was my goal. And then I hit 5,000. Shoot, I don't remember the exact order. But I know the last 3 years or 2 years, I've hit my mark. I wanted to double each year. So last year, it was 10,000 to go. And I did that in October. I made the double from January to October. Boom, 10,000. It was awesome. So it was from 5,000 to there. And then I made the goal of hitting 20,000. Didn't make it. Got so close. Anyway, I digress. This was this photo here. That's my sister's fiance, Andrew. I'm sure you've seen them pop up from time to time in videos. This was unexplainable. It was a party we were having for his birthday. Not his birthday. This is Chad. We were playing a game, a drinking game. It was so much fun. You guys watch New Girl? I've seen a lot of it, but I didn't see this episode. But they play the game. Is it True American? It's called. And this is a wacky, crazy game, and we were playing it. It's so much fun. Basically, the floor is lava type of game, and you're up on stuff, walking on it, and then there's like rules to the game. You go in circles and you shout out random trivia questions. It was so much fun. Really wish we could play again, but we haven't been able to play. Let's see here. Here we go. The creepiest subway I've ever seen. The creepiest subway. Like, all right, maybe I'll go in there, maybe I won't. I don't want to die. When I decided to spur of the moment take a trip to San Francisco, I went to this Stranger Things experience, just on a whim, and it was so much fun. More of Dave and I, my first Renaissance fair. I've never been to one before. Riding around. This is the other film that I really like too, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's like pixelated. It's pretty sweet. It's like gradient, like it's pretty sweet. And I think I have 1 pack of that left. I really like that film. This was taken with the Stranger Things camera. Look how crisp, look how beautiful, sharp, saturated, amazing. I need to go back to this place. I need to call him, actually. He's told me to come back and to do a proper photo shoot at his house because he has just ridiculously awesome custom neon signs. Halloween from last year, my sister and her fiance. They're from What We Do in the Shadows. Let's see, Portland shots. A couple Portland shots. This is an event that we did. Live event. It was kind of huge and crazy. Pretty fun. My book. Oh, I also released Polaroid copies last year. I thought that was 2021. I went to Cleveland, and Dave ended up tagging along. He drove up from where he lived, which was only a couple of hours. So we hung out that while I was there. I was there for work. And then I ended up hanging out with him a little bit longer. We went to his hometown of Canton, Ohio. Dang it, my phone keeps falling. Come on. I went to a Blockbuster a second time that year because Kayla and Alex wanted to go. They hadn't been. I'm like, let's go. Mandalorian film. Pretty sweet. Yeah. My sister's 30th birthday. They said, hey, dress up. So I did. No one else did. They're like, well, we didn't mean like that dressed up. I'm like, oh, thanks. More doggos. There's actually a dog in this shot right here. He's right there. Look at that. He's looking at me. Just some stranger that was getting gas. Snapped a quick photo. Yeah. Just random stuff. Some cool ones. Some motel classics. Nothing really noteworthy. Nothing really noteworthy. Just some cool shots. These were ironically done just because that's what a lot of people do, is the car headlights. This is actually my first car, not this one, but this was my first car as a kid. I had an 86 Camaro. It was E28. That was my first car ever. Nothing really too noteworthy. There's some fun shots. Christmas time. Yeah. There it is. Those are all of my albums from over the years, the best ones. And the thing is, I've been starting to hang up my photos more and more because they go into the album and they don't even get looked at anymore. So I want to start seeing some of this stuff. Go back here. You have 2 sonar units. One will be modded, the other just refurbed. Well, there you go. Just throw on the full manual. It's not really full manual. I still need to clarify with Dennis on that. He calls it that. But you only have control over the shutter in the app. So it's only shutter speed control. What are the best tips for scoring cheap film? The best way, I've done a video on this, is find people that are selling cameras with film. Buy it, flip the cameras, keep the film. That's the best way to score cheap film. Or pay attention to right around now, actually. I should probably go look. B&H will clearance out usually towards the end of the year film. And they let you know the production dates in the listings. A lot of times it's about a year past, or right around the year of expired. It's not expired, but it just passed the 1 year mark that Polaroid says you will have the best results in. And with Instax and other types of film. So I would check there. Your Spitfire mug is in the way. And this is kind of off topic, but have you gotten all 120 stars in Super... Oh, no, I have not. You guys can see... Oh, yes, you can see that. It's a little dark. But, yeah. No, I don't think I ever did. But that is the game from my childhood. I've got more over there, but that one just kind of ended up on the set and stayed there. But no, I haven't... I don't think I ever have gotten all the stars. But hello. Hey, Chris got here late. Came back from celebrating my 22nd birthday. Happy birthday. That's awesome. I wish I was 22. Isn't there a Taylor Swift song? 22? I've listened to a lot of her music lately. No shame. I didn't know they had Marvel filmings. They did. It's long gone, and I believe it's like stupid expensive if you can find it. But they did. Excited for the Instax universe in 2024. Look forward. So, I mean, I've been in there. I've just focused more on Polaroid because I do enjoy shooting Polaroid more than Instax. The cameras are fun with Polaroid, but the way Polaroid's been going lately, and also they don't like me, and it's also I don't want to call it a chip on my shoulder, but maybe it is a little bit. I don't know. I feel that like as my channel's been growing, I've been promoting them so much, but they aren't like even acknowledging of my existence. And so why should I promote a company and make them lots of money, and they don't even be like, yo, Chris, hey, thanks. Here's a Christmas card. But no. So that's part of it, but also I just been having so much problems shooting and wasting so much money with their film. Their film has just been so inconsistent the last few months. I've probably wasted $200-300 in film. Of like wasted, literally, like you take a shot, bad spread. Just the spread isn't even out. An entire pack of film directly from Polaroid came to me, and all 8 photos spread. Didn't even get a photo. There's a massive issue with the spread. Like half the photo would actually get a spread. And that's just unacceptable. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be doing, is just going into the Instax world more and promoting them more. Plus, Polaroid excluded me from the i2 release. They sent it to everybody else except for me. Oh yeah, I love that game as a kid. It's a good game, man. I think I was home with the chicken pox, and my mom found that at a garage sale and brought it home and bought it and said, here you go, here's a game. You can play it on your 64. This profile photo. Okay, my first attempt at black and white. Well, let studio photography remove this sponge. After 4 days. Oh, yes, that was the reference to the last live stream. I was talking about how black and white film, if you want to help preserve the black and white as possible, immediately after you take it, remove the sponge from the top of the photo. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, so on the back of photos, like the chemical, right, obviously is down here, and it gets spread across the image. Well, there's extra, and it gets collected up here on the top of your photo. There's a sponge for the excess. I'm gonna try and it's hard to tell. I can't really show it, but if you peel this back and pull that little strip of sponge out on black and white film, it'll help it from bleeding back into the photo and turning it super brown and sepia and nasty. Hello, thank you for all your hard work and dedication to Instant. Well, thank you. I appreciate you for watching. I love your content and hope one day to put out film content that I can be proud of. Well, start now. Don't worry about later. Start now. Go back. I encourage you, go back to my first stuff. It was awful. It was terrible. It was absolutely the worst. You only get better by practicing. That's also kind of, if you just joined in, I was showing you some of the very first photos I took ever with Polaroid, and they were absolute just trash. I was trying to find a nice word to saying it. They were just absolutely terrible. But you got better as you practice. So if you want to make stuff, if you want to go and make some content, start making it now. Get the bad stuff out of the way now. Who knows? You're probably better than you think. Should you flash outside on a cloudy day? It depends on the situation. I do sometimes I don't. It just depends on what's happening. Sometimes you want that little extra fill on someone's face or the thing that you're shooting, whatever it is. So yes and no. You have to use your own judgment. You have to try. And then if you fail, well, then you don't do it next time. You just remember it and learn from that experience. But sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I am not a wedding photographer. Fun fact, I don't even consider myself a photographer. That's the truth. When I started this channel, I was just sharing a hobby that I picked up that I thought would be fun. And I shouldn't say start this channel. I've had this channel for 15 years. It's been a lot of different things over the years. It was more for video stuff. Video is more my genre, my job. I do in video editing. Photography was a great way for me just to be I can just push a button, have a fun picture, and move on. And I was sharing the hobby with you. I've never considered myself a photographer, but I've become one, I guess. But no, I have shot some friends' weddings, And people say like, oh no, you actually do take good photos, and I appreciate that. And I'm probably better than I think I am, because I actually do have a couple of my stuff printed and like hung up in my house. I have taken some good stuff, but I've never really considered myself one. It's more video side of things. Hopefully that answers your question. Biggest L for Polaroid, to be honest. You were one of my favorite incidents. Well, hey, I appreciate that. I really do. I know I've talked about it before, but I get why they didn't want to use me. I've always tried to adapt the model of, and I was talking about this yesterday in the Spitfire Club meeting over on Patreon. We meet once a month via Zoom, and we chat. Yesterday's topic was on two things. Actually, we were talking about travel photography, how we travel with our film, tips and tricks for that, accessories you might need to bring, and then we also talked about somebody had a question. They're new to photography, ironically. they wanted to know my tips for shooting photography, digital photography, that is, and about JPEG versus RAW, things like that. So we kind of dove into that, and film scanning. But there's a link for it if you want to check it out. Link is in the description too. Consider joining, support the channel. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Sorry, we're on a tangent there. We were talking about this there. I've kind of adapted the model from Tony Northrup and Chelsea Northrup, photographers, YouTube channel. I pretty much learned photography from them, like how to use my camera to begin with from them. But Tony's mentality of it was he wasn't here. He wasn't here yet. He wasn't on the platform. He wasn't on YouTube to make friends with companies. He was here to make content for the viewers and to be informative and transparent. And so I kind of adapted that mentality with my channel. And companies, some really appreciate that, but most of them don't. Because they would much rather have a product be sent and it be talked about in super high praise, right? Because I am then doing their, promoting. I'm promoting their product and to get you to go buy it. So I get why Polaroid didn't want to send me their i2 camera, because they know I'm very transparent and I'm very honest. And so, which it blows my mind, because I am the one that's in the trenches fighting for them every day. And that's why I'm kind of stopping fighting for them and been more vocal about this. Is the last couple of months have been awful with their film, and why should I be promoting their stuff and making them money when they don't even acknowledge my existence? So all that to say is, yeah, I try to adapt Tony's mindset when creating content, because I feel that's what I would want to watch and learn about. Because if I'm spending my hard-earned money on something, especially when it comes to a consumable a product that's consumable, right? So like our film's consumable. You have to continually buy it. You're continually feeding that monster, right? It's going feeding the beast, and that's the stuff I want to know, because I want to make sure that what I would be watching is valuable information to not waste my money on something, on a product. And every company has their pros and cons and their best stuff and their worst stuff. And so I love. Like literally, I've said this multiple times. This is my favorite camera to shoot instant photography with, and it's a Polaroid camera. I promote their stuff. I tell them how great it is. That means that doesn't mean if they make a bad product, I won't say it's a bad product, and I have done that with Polaroid Now Plus. So that's why Polaroid doesn't want to work with me. I'm very honest and transparent. So anyway, I digress. This is another great question. Any plans to shoot 35? Yes. Right here, I dug it out. There's like 2 shots left on this, and I need to develop it. I have like 4 rolls in the fridge that I need to develop. I have plans. It's just another expense. And Polaroid has been taking up all of my money to make content about. Another reason why I'm going to be switching gears a little bit and not post a lot of Polaroid content as much as I have been. You still see some from time to time, and there's still some stuff that I got in the works that I need to finish up. So there's still going to be some, but because the film photography, like 35 and stuff, it's just so expensive. I don't develop myself. I'm probably gonna have to learn how to do that because, you know, you're paying twice essentially. You buy roll film, you gotta pay again to get it developed. But I do have plans. I've got this. I still have some film in my Coke camera, which I've already done a video on that. But I shot some of that. I've got some medium format that I've shot some stuff. I still have to finish that roll. And again, I have like a couple of rolls in the fridge that I need to develop. So yes, long form answer there. I do have plans to do some. Just the money, the cost is the reason I haven't been able to do it. Polaroid's been eating it away. So I'm allocating funds to something else now and taking away from Polaroid. Yeah, I've done transparencies. In fact, I have some right here. Literally just out of reach. There was one from Halloween. It's I was doing for the Halloween special. It's Max floating. But literally right here too. I got a whole thing of them from over the years. But yeah, so I've done them. They're fun. They're really fun. I saw a video on it. I thought it was pretty cool all along with Cinetype using it. I don't know about that last one, but yeah, they're cool. They're super easy to do. You can print them at home. It's nice. Hello, how are you? Doing good? Great question. And this is a video that I'm going to be doing probably it might be my very first video of the year, of 2024. Talking about this question: how do I make money with my instant photos? It's a great question, and it's hard to explain. For me, it's turning it into a YouTube channel. That's how I've been able to make the most money off of it. Turning it into a a Patreon page where you can actually get my photos that I've taken. You can every single month. There's copies, and then I send originals as well, and not just Polaroids, but like all instant photography. So that's just another avenue. But also, I want to talk about like how much money do I make via instant photography, like on YouTube. I'm going to show you guys the numbers. It'll shock you. It's not a lot, but that is something that I've been wanting to make. That's insanely kind. Thank you for the advice. I should start like tomorrow. You should start tomorrow. Absolutely. I also have mini bad Polaroid images. Doesn't matter. Someone will think they're cool. I've been watching you for at least 2 years now. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm now sold on your, I think it says channel. Hopefully there was your channel. Oh, you got cut off. You put in too many characters. I think YouTube only allows 200 characters for the text. But thank you. I really appreciate that. If you get out there, make something. That is, I just stole Noptop's slogan. My bad, Dave. But yeah, his thing is go make something. But yeah, just start. Get it out of the way. If you feel it's gonna be bad, so be it. Let it be bad. People smash the like button for Chris. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tony and Chelsea are great. I've learned so much from them, even though I haven't really watched them much the last couple of years. I kind of phased out, but I still subscribe. I catch them every now and then when they do some of their news. But they're a great source of information for the digital photography area part of the world. Same with video. They do video, but mostly photography. Fantastic people, super transparent, super honest, and just cool. I'd love to meet them one day. Recently picked up a Polaroid Impulse Yellow. Dude, that's a hard one to find. Though it's missing the front plastic part. Which front, the lens cover you mean? Still works and does a good job. Hopefully I can replace it soon. Yeah, if it is just that, they're all the same parts on across the board, just different colors. I have the blue one back there, but it works, but the flash doesn't really work. And I have another one I picked up. I was hoping to reshell it, but I don't know if it's possible. But the yellow one is really hard to find, and make Noptop jealous because he's been after that one for a while. He has the jade one. He has a dark navy blue one that has it's like Bass Pro Shop on it. It's crazy. He was trying to get them all for a bit, but the yellow one is one he's been after a lot because yellow is kind of his branding. Yellow and black is his branding for his YouTube channel, and he really wanted to get one. Recently picked up. Oh, I just said that. I just pushed it twice. My bad. I would really like a question. Well, ask away. I want to buy a Polaroid Now Plus. Don't. I don't even have to read the rest of it. Don't buy the Now Plus. Gen 1 or Gen 2. She never had any Polaroid. Do you think this is good? No, don't buy that. If she's never even shot instant photography before, start her off with the Instax mini camera. They're cheap, the film's cheap, and it's super easy to use. Very, very consistent. It's great. You get 10 photos per pack, and they come in double packs, $13 for 20 photos versus 8 photos for $20 from Polaroid. And your shots are going to be inconsistent because they're film. They've been having issues lately, and it's frustrating. Get a lab box to develop at home. Yeah, all that stuff's on my list. Super easy. Plus, they have a single solution developer for black and white. I would probably shoot in color though. But it's on the list. It's there. I was working with this guy locally, and sadly, he got cancer, and then his house burned down. Not his house, his garage, which he had his operation in. 20th century camera, if you guys know who he is. I was working with him. He was getting ready to. I was partnering up with him on a Kickstarter. He developed this automated titration system for developing film in a home, and it worked on like the Patterson tanks. So cool. You just push a button and you walk away, and you're done. It was awesome. But then, and his health, he got some health problems, and then his garage burned down. I don't even know if he's in business anymore, sadly. Well, there it is. Black and white Polaroids are not sponge worthy. Yeah, it took me a second. I thought you were referencing, I don't know why this popped in my head, but I thought, is this a Seinfeld reference? If you know, you know. Yeah, the whole black part for the cover. Oh yeah, that'd be a tough one to replace. Yeah, I have to figure out how to do it, but it could be done. I talked to Dennis. He might be able to hook you up. Has additional one with a white exposure too. The other versions are yellow symbols. Yeah, impossible to find in Sweden though. So I might. Well, the cover it should be exactly the same. It's just a black little lens cover. I don't think those ever changed between models, as far as I know. But Instax Mini, very true. It's very true. But you gotta think of this. I mean, you obviously know your girlfriend a lot better than I do. I have no idea who she is. But if she's expressed interest in photography, then cool. Then maybe she maybe started with a Polaroid now, just a regular now. But if she's never really shown that much into instant photography or photography in general, you get her something that's not going to break the bank and something that's not going to break her bank to try and get more film each time, and something that's going to be stored easily. Because if she's just a casual shooter, if she has a Polaroid camera and she puts the film in there, she shoots like 1 or 2 photos, and then doesn't shoot another photo for like a month or 2, and then shoots like 1 picture, and then for like a whole year, it's like the same pack. The film can go bad with inside the camera that long. Instax just works every time. You put the pack of film in there, and it'll be fine for years and years. You never have to worry about that, and she'll find out if she likes to shoot it. That's the thing, and then upgrade her later. Don't get if you think of it this way, just think of it as a strategy. If you're getting it for Christmas and she likes it, maybe her birthday's in 6 months. Then she really likes it and she's going good. Get her another camera. Get her not Polaroid. Then you got 2 presents right out of the gate. Instead of just giving her the best thing, quote unquote, the best thing right up front. I don't know. There's a million things you could do. I would still look into maybe an Instax camera. Heck, maybe go for Instax wide or square. Maybe not mini. You can get an SQ6. Get that thing. It was on sale. I don't think it's on sale anymore. There's a link in the description, actually. I left all the accessories and camera recommendations from the last live stream in there, so you can click on those. I think it might be back to regular full price because they were running a deal for Black Friday. But I think it's $130. It's still cheaper than the Polaroid now. Plus, those are $150, and that shoots Instax square photos. It's an in between from Polaroid size and Instax size, so it's like it's bigger. And then there's the wide format as well, but yeah, that's still pocketable-ish. Purseable. She can put it in her purse. It's thin. Yeah, but I would. Those are my recommendations. Polaroid 1 Step 2 is super easy to use too. It is. No, it's true. It's just the film. It's the film. You have to baby it. If you don't know that, and you can get bad shots, and she might not like it. Might not like it because and think that's so. If you shoot it and the photo come out weird, you immediately assume like, oh, well, this camera sucks. When the camera doesn't suck, it's just the film. You have to know so much about it to like baby it. Like you can't leave it in a hot car in the summer, right? You can't do that. With Polaroid film, that is. Instax, for some reason, it works. But for Polaroid, you can't. It'll ruin the film. It'll turn it super magenta, like super pink. Polaroid now would be a great intro cam. It would be for the Polaroid side. They're accessible. You can still buy them on the store shelves. That is true. Oh my bad, it might not be called the lens cover. It's the black plastic part on the front / face of the camera. Oh! Yeah, this part. I can't grab it. It's kind of tangled. Yeah, where the sonar would be, but the yellow one doesn't have sonar. So I know what you're talking about. That is still black. Yeah, that's still a regular piece on all the cameras. It's black across the board. They didn't change the color on that for any of them. So you could just buy a regular like impulse of any kind and have that part for cannibalism. You're right. Thank you very much. Greetings from Poland. No problem. So I'm here for. SQ40 is worth a look. SQ40 is okay. Now clarify. I keep forgetting. Is that the brand? That's the brand new one, right? It's black. It's the brand new one. I believe it's the same price as the SQ6. Go for the SQ6. It has self-timer. It has double exposure. It has the ability to turn the flash on and off. You can change the focus distance. And it's a tripod mount. And it's the same price. Go for that one. Because at the end of the day, worst case scenario, she doesn't use those features. But maybe she would want some of those. Just for the self-timer alone. Being able to put it up and then walk away, take a group shot. That's worth it for that, I would say. Yeah, you do have to be careful. You can't leave that film just anywhere. Just can't. What is my favorite movie or TV show that features a Polaroid? For me, it might be Time Bandits. I've actually never seen Time Bandits. I know of it, but I've never actually seen it. Ooh. Favorite one. So, actually, I would say, and this may not be a shocker, but my name is Earl. I actually use a Polaroid quite a bit throughout the show. It's a Spectra camera, though. Pretty much every time. But they utilize a Polaroid camera a lot, and that is one of my favorite shows of all time. And if you guys know, that's kind of my intro to my channel. I themed my intro like that show's intro, so I would say that. But for movie wise, man, I'm drawing a blank about the movie. I don't know if I have one for a movie. Interesting. I don't know. But how long have we been streaming? Oh my goodness. I was trying to do an hour streams. It does better for algorithm. I'm probably have to wrap it up. Dang, it's been an hour and a half. It feels like 20 minutes. But yeah, so I'll start to close out here. You guys, I really appreciate you sitting down, chatting with me. Letting me like practice with this. I gotta fix my framing. I gotta do that. But yeah, so testing that out, getting it ready for later this month. Technically, I guess it's later this year. But getting ready for that Polaroid photo album, and hopefully you enjoyed taking a look through these photos and actually getting to see some of my like B-sides, I guess technically they would be, or just the photos I don't share publicly. Not every photo I take is good, but I have improved a lot, and hopefully I encourage you to get out there and not worry about messing up. Don't be afraid to mess up. Unfortunately, it does cost money. That's where my head was at when I first started. I was worried about wasting money. I'm like, I'm not getting good results, and so that's when I kind of started the idea, like, what if I made a masterclass? And I did. So there's a masterclass on instant photography that I created this year. And there's a link for it in the description below. Master the art of instant photography. Stop wasting money on wasted shots. It's a pretty cool course. It's like 3.5 hours of like bite-sized consumable, or it's in a format of it's bite-sized. So you're only watching like 2 or 3 minute video clips here and there, sometimes less. And it's broken up. It's exclusive content too. And then there's gear recommendations. There's scenarios I put you in, shooting demonstrations. And if you get the course, I'm going to be adding to it in 2024, and you don't have to pay anything extra for it. Excuse me. I really want to add a night photography section to it. Man, it's like telling me, hey, it's time to wrap it up, guys. But yeah, so I'm going to be adding like a nighttime how to shoot in low light type thing to it. So you won't have to pay any extra for it. So that's pretty cool. You are so welcome. It's 2 a.m. Dang. Yeah, go to sleep. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Let's see if I put this in the right spot. So far, so good. There we go. If you want to become a Spitfire Club member, there's a link in the description. And you can get your name. Well, once it does, it has to load. You freaking thing. I forgot to move it over to the right spot. Right now, it's pulling from a hard drive that is needing to spin up and catch up. And so if I give it a second, there it goes. And so, yeah, if you want to join the Spitfire Club, you can get your name in the credits amongst other fun, crazy stuff like Zoom calls and things. Link is in the description. Get photos sent to your door monthly. Exclusive photos. One-of-a-kind photos. My Polaroid photos. That literally only one in existence. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Now get out there. Make some art.